been ages since I've done an all-class passives run, so I'll be doing that here. Refresh Perspective, Decoy Orb, Ambidextrary. They definitely do interest me. I think I'll take the... Oh my god, they're all actually like really interesting. I think it's Ambidextrary. Right? Yeah, I think it's Ambidextrary. Another thing I've done, which I'm not sure I've ever done for an all-starting class passives one, I've definitely started off with the orbs before, but I don't think I've ever started off with them fully upgraded. So I just wanted to try that once. I imagine it should be much simpler than the full run that I would normally be trying. However, why do I have... Oh, that's neat. However, I think it's simply a better exploration of the starting orbs. Just because in a normal run, you're probably not going to be upgrading all of them. Sorry, in a normal run. In a normal all-starting class relics and orbs run, you're probably not going to be upgrading all of them. Different kind of normal. Now, I'm not actually planning on limiting myself to orbs that I pick up. That being said, I don't exactly know exactly what I'm going to be picking up. I very much could just be picking up... You know what if I just... Yeah, sure, let's do that. I could just find an orb that I like the look of and focus on it. Yeah, I mean, this works. It's a very bad idea, but I plan on going to the elites, not the store, early on. Since I'll still be going to... Potentially spicy, but I think we should be fine. Especially with a banger starting shot like that. Bam! Lovely stuff. Although this one is not as good of a follow through, but I mean, like, apparently it's still a lot of damage, right? Definitely counts for something. Alright, I'll do a shot like that, which should get close to hitting the refresh. As it turns out, though, oh my. I mean, I imagine this is not going to be close to getting a kill, but it actually got a kill. Not on the enemy I was expecting it to get a kill on, though. Well, I wasn't expecting a kill on either of them, but... Wow. It was a blazing fast boss fight. Just a free relic and a Nosferatu if I so desired. Which I do love a good Nosferatu. I think I'll pass for now, though. Wow. Critical is also not bad at all. We're good. But I think I'll definitely just take the Molly Flower. It is pretty lovely. Actually, Nosferatu was probably a really good pickup because I have ambidextrary. Now that I think on it more. Wow, no removal required. Don't mind if I do. Let's just claim all of my elites. Alright. Starting Sphere, not the best. And Bramble, of course. Yeah, we're unfortunate there. Alright, transparency, that works. I can work with that. A little bit of spin perfection, pretty useless, but might be able to get some value. Close? Yep, perfect. I may just do that. Claim some dodges, or maybe not, I guess. There we go. Now I think it's time to do this. Okay, not bad at all, not bad at all. Oh, this is actually very unfortunate just because trying to get to this refresh sounds rather miserable. I really, however, want this crit. And the refresh. I just don't know how to hit them. That was actually a good shot. That was close. Now, can I have this crit? I can. Oh, that was a perfect shot. Bam. Alright, good debuffs, but not quite as valuable as I was hoping. Should be able to finish off with this shot. That was a refresh shot. I was not expecting it to hit the refresh there, but don't mind if I do. Let's grab a tiny bit more gold. Oh my, another Bramble. Perfect. I was not expecting a kill here. Not going to be able to collect that much gold, but ooh, okay. I know that my last run I did in fact get a grinding monster, but That's not stopping me from taking it this run. It's been ages since I've had one after all. It's such a fun passive to get early on. It's very powerful to say the least. So one thing that does is it means I think I can kind of just pick up any random orb I want. And I should be in a good enough position now. So, I'm allowed to do sufficiently crazy things this run is what I'm hearing. Usually, 4 starting passive runs are pretty powerful, but they are still interesting. I didn't know that was possible. They are definitely still mildly challenging. You can definitely struggle a bit. Yeah, sure. Let's try and... a nice bramble, sure. But what about this? No, that was absolutely... absolutely not what I was looking to do. That's much more like it, but... not what I was trying to do, but it certainly works, doesn't it? 115. Alright, this is technically not the most ideal fight. It's the kind of fight where we are just very happy we have a sphere, right? Especially a sphere that does this on the middle. But... oh, I missed the bomb. Would have loved to hit the bomb, but it doesn't seem like it was fully necessary, does it? I'm going to lose a bit of health here, though. Especially with that shot. Or will I? Damn it, I was really hoping for a good chunk of damage there. Oh well. Can you land me a crit or a bomb? Not exactly. Oh, that was amazing. Now I just need to kill you, like, now. Easier said than done, eh? Okay, I lied. It's not easier said than done. It's so easy to do. Bam, you're dead. Shuffle, refresh circle. Admittedly, I've used both of them very recently, so I'll pass, but I want to play an interesting build, which I think means... oh my god, they're all so interesting, though. But I mean, yeah. Alright, so I'll take crit spam orbs, so specifically Critsabolus, and I don't actually remember what the other crit orb is called. The one that's not Critsabolus, but it is Critsabolus. I totally forgotten. If I take Gardener's Gloves, is there something I'd be interested in? Not really. But I will take it nonetheless. It's an enhance. Don't mind if I do. Your refresh move. Not the most interesting. I don't need to buy the remove, but what else am I going to spend my cash on? I don't need the Giga Max heals, but it is mildly tempting. Sure. I mean, knowing our luck, we'll probably find another shuffle pot somehow. And then if I do, I'll regret not taking a refresh move. Which, to be fair, I've already found a lot of rare relics, and I've got at least one more later down the line. So it's not a bad guess, especially with Peglin Tuition. Well, particularly because of Peglin Tuition, I'd say. That was a pretty good first shot. I would say let's keep it up, but we've got the horrible for the next shot, so how about you just collect gold? Okay, I lied, that was an insane shot. Apparently there was just so much more you could do for me. Wait, I got another crit? Imagine that was transparency there. How does one collect gold? I guess that works. No, I'm looking for the one that does crits, not refreshes. Tempting though. Although, not really. I like refresh circle more. Alright. Generally, it's not really the most ideal fight, but when you get a 200 damage sphere as your first shot, it begins to look a whole lot more ideal, doesn't it? My targeting was a bit off there. It wasn't for transparency, I guess. I believe this should be simple enough. Yep. That was a very, very simple fight, of which I lost a smidgen of health. Alright, you ready for this? Bam. Yeah, there's an oboe. I'm struggling to turn down an oboe, so I'll just take it. I think I'm just heading for crit spam, which indeed sounds like a very fun build. 3 of these guys I have enhanced, however, a bit more. Let's try this again. Ugh. Well, let's see how you like this. I'll aim for the crit. Bang. There we go. I might not have been able to hit the bombs beforehand, but I certainly can hit them now, and I certainly can do this now as well. Alright, he did a very, very good job of whittling down my shielding, but not good enough. I'm still standing. Interesting. If I had good greed, I would definitely consider that more. But doesn't really have any real synergies with what I've got going on right now. That's not to say that it couldn't be interesting, but I think that the odds are against it, shall we say? Not a bad shot. Oh, this is slightly more than not a bad shot. Pretty solid. Again with the crits. Don't mind if I do, but like, wow. Again. You want to hit the refresh? No, it's fine. Just a ton of spin infection as well. Again with the... How do I keep getting the crit? That was a very clean fight, wasn't it? Very, very clean fight indeed. Endless devouring. I think this is the perfect chance for an endless devouring, and very importantly, it's been ages since I've played endless devouring. With that in mind, I will pick up whatever token AoE I find, because I'll put Sphere next actually. It's a bit funny, isn't it? Whatever token AoE I find, because it's definitely ideal if you're going to try and use this lovely Glor in Endless Devouring. Yes, it's called Endless Devouring. Wait, no, what is it called? Yeah, it is. Good. I like being correct. I mean, I figured this should be an easy 250 damage. Apparently I was very clearly mistaken. And I'm just struggling to get damage for the life of me. Wow. Okay. I would really love... Damn it. Oh, that hurt. Extremely rude. There we go. And I timed my shot perfectly. Alright. Much better. I've got a lot of health, so it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Looks like I'll take a left. None of these... I don't ever consider this ore. I've like never used it. So I think now might be the time. In theory, the damage isn't bad. Maybe it's doing exactly what I want it to be doing. I'm not exactly a believer. It could be. But I guess there's technically only one way to find out. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a believer. I feel like I should just wait for an alternative, and the alternative is going to be a significant enough improvement. Alright, 10-16, let's not hit slime daubs because slime daubs are significantly less damage than normal pigs. I'll take care of you. Bang, you're dead. Not quite as dead as I was hoping, I'm going to be honest. Not to worry though, because we have you. Should just be able to obliterate them, but I am getting scarily close to the oopsies, you can't do any more damage. Because it really is a wave, and the second you get to the wave, it just becomes impossible to deal damage again, which is a very scary prospect. That's why I don't usually take it. 39 damage for 33 gold. Now, usually that's not a good idea. However, I'm facing down double store. Now, I've got endless devouring, so I really shouldn't do that. Crossbow, okay. I would like to go left, thank you. Minus 27. Nice. Now, the main reason I wanted to go left, can I hit a crit? Yes, but it kind of sucks. See what I mean by it kind of sucks? That was actually really good. Again, I can hit the crit, but Alright, I can't hit the crit. I'm fine with that because, as opposed to the first shot, it kind of rocked. You know, that's just nice. Are you ready for that? You had to aim that one when I couldn't see where I was aiming, but it worked, didn't it? It worked. Hit the bomb. It solves a lot if I do. It really would have. Good news is, I'm just that tanky. 256 gold. Not bad indeed, not bad. Safety brew. Sphere first. Okay. Great. Nice. It was kind of exactly the kind of thing I was aiming for. I think I'll go for you next. I need to open up the most available bomb to me, which is you. Yep, that's fine. Now I will bounce across the other side of the screen so that I have a chance at doing nothing with them. If I had Unicorn on it, I'd be much happier about taking this shot, but... Oh... It was definitely worth it if I hit it. I unfortunately hit the refresh though, so... Yeah, a bit unfortunate there. I'm just going to shoot the sphere because I just need impact right now. Just like that. We should be able to get some good damage here because of the transparency on the field. It was good damage, I'll give it that. Not much more. There we go. Is it time for the Cleave Orb to shine? Bam! I guess that really wasn't that bad, was it? 291 gold. And then I get a follow through with that shot. Just grab a tiny bit more gold. That's a recon. Usually, you know, Betsy's Hedge is just a must-have, but recon when I've got enhanced gunpowder is just so neat, even with endless devouring. Close. 295. The chance I find a short fuse really isn't that bad either. Like I mentioned, damage boosts are very, very tempting here. I'm gonna be honest though, I feel like I'm staring down 4 good passives. Sorry, that one. That's like 2 like must-haves is what I think. 130 gold is left over. I mean, yeah, sure. Those are just very good passives I just picked up. Don't feel the need for a basic blade though. It would have been pretty decent though. I definitely... Actually, Ambiguous is also really decent. A bit of a tough call then. I was planning on going mid. I guess, realistically, I'll just hold off on the sparing. I don't particularly need it, and as nice as it is to pick it up, hopefully I won't need it. Hopefully I get my payout, right? And I truly won't need it. Haglund's Hat? How much do I need healing? Currently my max health is in a pretty solid spot, and I think my damage is... My max health is in such a solid spot, the percentage-based healing is just so effective. And technically, you know, scaling is really just not what I should be aiming for. Alright, if you want to get some good damage, I just bought the Wolves contributor damage, which I think is a pretty big deal for this passive. You definitely want to consider it much more when you've got this passive. Any kind of incremental damage sources that you get from not hitting pegs definitely is not bad. Send an upgrade on the Cleave of this. Oh, pincer maneuver. Oh man. I really wish I had both of these. So I'll just rule out choke mod. It is very fun, but oh man. I really wish I had both. But I think it's certainly just spiffy crit. Just trying to get as much crit damage as possible. All of the crit effects ever. Inflation, and then we get our passive right. Oh. Yeah, I can't consistently hit that shot, unfortunately. I'm not good enough. Let's bounce to the left, shall we? Solid damage. Let's bounce to the right, shall we? Unfortunate. Let's clear up the enemies. Grab a crit with our sphere. Look at how amazing this exploitable is. The fact that we've got this much damage multiplication is... You know, like, there's a reason why this enemy is on 100 health. There really is. Oh, I couldn't even hit him with that. How disappointing. Alright, there is AoE here in the form of Cauldron Bubble. Cauldron Bubble, however, lacks damage, and I kind of trying to build out damage. None of these say get more damage. You know, like a The passive that I was really looking out for there was +3/+3 and -1 discard. That would have been pretty damn good, I say. Gifts that keep giving with peg downgrading, not the greatest synergy, I would say. This is so troll in some fights. If I pick up a refresh source, it's really not that bad, I guess. It's so troll. It's so troll. Why am I considering it? I really want to pick it up. You should not. Like, the number of situations where you should remove your last refresh from the border is very small. And yet I just keep returning to it. I don't know, this is actually a pretty tough choice, isn't it? Like, I guess I just take Electropegna and move along. Ah, who cares? I'm not here to win the run. I'm here to have fun. I really desperately need to pick up another refresh source. It can be an orb, it can be a passive. Passive would be preferable. This is exactly the kind of reason why I didn't want to do that. Oh no. This is just extremely dangerous, and I have to kind of pray. You buff flying enemies as well. Oh, that's a scam. Alright. And boom. 400. Oh my god, the exploitable. Whew. Oh, nice. Okay, this fight wasn't as bad as it could have been. I was expecting it to be much worse, to be honest. But now I think we should just be able to debuff you to victory. I want to hit this crit, so there we go. And I don't damage because I hit a whole bunch of wolves. Nice. The wolves are your friend. Ah, right, Morbid is Morbid is gonna do that. I know I said I'd pick up any source, but like, fine, I'll be responsible. Now we have the option, and I think having the option is going to be pretty important. Yeah, Morbid with extremely low normal damage. Not exactly my wisest choice ever, I'm gonna be honest. Is it funny? Yeah, that's why I picked it up. Unfortunately, that's where most of its value comes from. Ugh. Hoping for a bit more there. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep working on you. I'll give you a discard. There you go. Wow, you landed both hits. Well, how about I land both of these hits then? A fair trade. Alright, as long as I'm losing 0 health, very happy. Like, again, if this had good damage, I would very much consider it. I'm fighting squares. It's spicy. It's spicy. I think I'm fine. Maybe one way to find out. Like, the main thing about squares is it's literally just a question of how much health do I enter the boss fight with? Because I think I'll end up... I could happily go through like 800... sorry, 800. 80 health in the boss fight. I think that's a pretty fair statement. Bam! I was hoping for a bit more. The good news is... Bam! Yeah, there we go. Bam! Who needs AoE when Sphere's got your back? Let's go hit this crit. It would have been funny, wouldn't it? I'm fine to just create the temporary crit and move along. I can just do a shot like this, which, look at how amazing it is. Oh, damn. Good enough, though, good enough. Cleave. There we go. Alright, I mean, look, the Cleave has been working. I don't think it's amazing. It's only self-damage, but it is doubled. Is there a fun way I can abuse that? For squares, there's only one rigged bomb. 4 rigged bombs, like... I mean, just 4 plays 8 is a pretty big number. I don't have any other sources, though, and it's not possible for me to pick up any sources from passives. And if I were to pick up orbs, you know, like, my deck's pretty bad, but it's gonna work, I think. Like, it's really not that bad. Oh, that's the Sasha Focus. Sasha Focus is very cool, mostly because I don't think I'm gonna build towards Hero's Backpack. And as nice as it would be to not pop Sash, having it there just as a safety insurance doesn't sound too bad to me. Honestly, let's just aim at that bomb, shall we? There we go. Seems simple enough. There we go. I said I was going to pick one up ages ago, but I just never saw one. Well, I think I never saw one. I can't be fully certain. I'm happy to remove now. Don't need prime. I do kind of need prime. It's pretty good. But I'm not turning down heavy shelf potions, so no prime for me. Prime would have been nice. Pierce is valuable. Yeah, it would have been really valuable, wouldn't it? Alright, my refreshing capabilities are back online again. Something like this? Yeah, it was a nice dream. How exactly does one hit? I had a funny idea. This is so silly. Yeah, okay. As I thought, it was so silly. Can I have a, No, I can't. I can think of one way to get a crit. Okay, and now let's, Oh, we have recon. Yeah, that's very handy. Where the hell did my shot disappear to? Stop it. Oh, you missed the pierce. I guess I technically do have the transparency for the pierce. Alright, I'm politely asking you guys to leave. Oh my god. A bit disgusting, but whatever. Didn't lose too much health. There's another Cleave orb there, but I think I'd rather keep Spearman's originality benefits, as well as, I'm gonna be honest, I'm definitely not that impressed with the Cleave orb. It's not bad. Maybe I'm underestimating just how much value I'm getting off of its double damage with Glorious Suffering, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm fine to keep not using it, so to speak. Good Rainbow. 10 damage. Okay, normal damage is actually better than I expected. Is that partially because I have +1 in the circle? Partially. I love how the exploitable just keeps stacking up. I'm going to try a shot like this. I think it's not too unlikely to hit the crit, but also probably not going to hit the crit. When drawn, create 1 crit. I do want to increase the value of that. Only 1 is kind of unfortunate at this stage. Alright, great stuff. Gaining health for boss fights is my kind of jam. 167, I think I'll go... Oh! Yeah, I think we know exactly which passive I'm meant to take here. It's kind of unfortunate because I do love the Mask of Sorrow idea. I just don't think that the Mask of Sorrow idea is the ideal idea. So how do you exactly want me to get the maximum possible greed here? Because it's definitely not that. Definitely not that. Well done steak, I guess, does more than that. 151, but I'd be happy to buy the remove, but oh man, you are not giving me the option to. Like, seriously. There's not a single other option than that. But there is, but like, it's not worth it. Why did I want refreshes? I didn't. I wanted crits. Okay. So, in terms of scaling, we have none. Our scaling is pretending that we're not super anti-scaling. Admittedly, our scaling is trying to create more crits onto the board so that we can pretend that despite the fact that the board, the pegs on the board are downgrading, that we're gaining damage. How are you hitting me? Shoo. 234. Yeah, this is definitely the kind of damage you want to be hitting a crit for. Okay, imagine I get a crit crit. There are a lot of passives I could get here, which would be extremely nice. Now, I probably should have skipped this fight because I do realize now that it was actually on the longer side. But it should be finished up now, I think. I just need to get 1 crit shot and then we are rolling. Just 1 crit. I don't think I'm asking for too much. Yeah, there we go. A solid 3,000 damage, don't mind if I do. I even have fine gold, it's not bad. I didn't buy the remove in the store, and I only have 1 question mark in my path, I believe. Not the greatest. Square, but we don't exactly have Alien's Rock. Lucky penny. I did take short stack, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, good. Short stack was the right call there. Oh. I mean, aiming a bomb. This is like by far and away the best choice here. It's not even close. However, I'm gonna take the lucky penny. I'm trying to do a crit build here, so yeah. Sorry. Oh my god. I blanked apparently. I was too busy thinking about let's. Oh. Um. I have 24 shielding. You know what? That's actually a lot of shielding. Yeah. Ow. Bang. Yeah. Sorry, my mind blanked. I kind of forgot to upgrade the crits walls there. Really should have done that. Speaking of really should have done that, I really should have hit a crit the last shot. Big misplay on my part. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Cleave orb. No. Especially running it in the same run as a sphere, like, yeah, it's literally just a worse sphere. I like the consistency worth of damage more than I like no. This bait's also not bad here, I guess. I'm just going to upgrade them both to that level. I know it doesn't technically matter because they're going to be maxed in the end, but yeah. Oh my. Well, I'm perfectly fine to lose the refresh circle, so there we go. I want to be spamming crits though. This is technically mildly scary, but I think we'll be fine. My mass proccing capabilities kind of suck though. At least my debuffing capabilities are definitely there. Oh, you can move through, damn. I mean, of course he can move through. I just didn't want him to for somehow I didn't want him to be able to move through. Yeah, none of those exactly are gonna be a. Oh, right. All right. Yeah. So as I mentioned, I think 192 max health is gonna be enough. My passives didn't really boost me up for this fight, but I don't think I really needed much boosting. Not at all. So let's shoot there. Oh my, that was bad. Very impressive start. Let's keep it up, I guess. Yeah, let's keep it up. Oh my. All right. Let's see how we can go. I want as many crits as possible here. I was hoping for some more exploitable. Oh, you died. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting you to die right there. Not complaining though. Bam, and then okay, yeah, that's a lot of damage. This whole double damage thing, it appears to be working out, doesn't it? I did find round guard, right? Yeah, I remember now. Round guard being an exceptionally good passive and all, you know. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, you can see what I mean with the Bomulet being a very good choice there. Frankly, though, both of them were excellent tempo power-ups for this fight. Having access to the extra crits just guarantees the short stack more value, as well as guaranteeing the fact that I can actually hit sorry. It guarantees both the fact that I can actually hit the crit for short stack's value, as well as increasing the value that I would gain from short stack, which further delays the eventual nullification of all damage that I can potentially do. I never really got to the point where my damage was nullified this run, which is great because as much as I did have the health and the damage decrease to be able to deal with that, especially with Sash, I guess. Yeah, no, it's just not something you want to tango with. It's can get very nasty if you don't have strategies built around it. Admittedly, Filibuster plus Recon is an absolutely amazing way to do so, but it's still just very spooky, especially since this deck just very clearly relies on just raw damage to blast through opponents, and I don't know why I picked up the why did I pick up the deep break potion? It's like it was such a bad play at that point in time, I feel. Okay, maybe not such a bad play, a pretty bad play, not a play you should be taking if you're trying to win. It did very much get bailed out by the heavy shark potion, especially once I'd also gotten the lucky penny for literally a payback, right? And I did find the refresh shuffle, but like losing access to your refreshes like that is a very destructive move, especially when you're proccing downgraded pegs consistently, because most of the time the pegs that you're going to be proccing again are going to be the pegs up the top, and you have to go through the top pegs every single time, which means when you're spam proccing them, they're getting a lot of downgrades, which can be very scary if you don't have enough damage. But yeah, that was one of the nice things about our orbs. We had a very impressive amount of crit damage, which is good because some of them really lacked in normal damage to deal. God, the horrible is it's disgusting just like reading the 2-4 when you compare it to like 30 damage or like even like just like the 10-20s are just solid. Oh yeah, of course. I honestly totally even forgot about the IOU. Probably just acceptance that I knew I wasn't going to get the payout, eh? But yeah, the early grinding. We did have Mollyflower. I forgot we had Mollyflower scaling totally. I don't know why, but I thought that was last run, except it wasn't last run because it's my first run of the day. Like, what? Yeah, grinding Monstera was amazing early on though. Just looking how much max HP we got, and we built out a crit focused deck, and I managed to use Cleave Orb, which I do actually use Critical Ball as a decent chunk, but I really like never use Cleave Orb. It's not that bad, but like the damage is good. The fact that it can pierce is nice, but also like Sphere is cool.